Hey. Come
Hey.
on, man. One more time.
Hey, one more
Come
time.
on.
Hey.
Let's go. Come on.
Hey.
Hey.
We finna try this again,
Hey.
party people. Let's go, man.
You know who on
What's
the case?
happening? Hey,
Come
it's
on.
the iBall Live.
Hey.
Get it? It's the iBall Live. Get it? It's the iBall Live. Get it? It's the iBall Live. Let's go. Come on in, everybody. Come on in.
That right?
Can you hear me, everybody? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me, everybody? Can you hear me?
Let go.
Can you hear me, everybody? Why? Because it's the iBall Live. Get it? It's the iBall Live.
Come on.
Get it? It's the iBall Live. Get it? It's the iBall Live. Let's go. All right, man. What up? What up? What up? We trying this thing again, man.
Man, you know who on the case, so you know I'm gonna fix that.
Y'all know Breezy got it, man. Ones and twos, man. Y'all already know, man. Producer extraordinaire. We got a new computer, man, because our last computer crashed when we was in Huntsville a couple weeks ago. So we had to upgrade the computer. And it just came in, man, and we trying to get that together. So hopefully y'all can hear us loud and clear right now across all airways, streaming live right now, iBallRadio.com, the iBall Radio YouTube page, and the iBall Radio Facebook page, and the iBall Radio Instagram page.
What up, chat?
What up, chat? Hey, man, y'all gonna come in here, man. Share the live, man. Let's get it going. I got a lot to talk about tonight, man. Y'all know I always got a lot to talk about, but I got a lot to talk about tonight. As we sit here talking, man, I'm gonna pull up these scores to see what these 7A scores look like for tonight. Class 1A through Class 6A. Sub-regionals have been set. Area champions have been crowned in Class 1A through 6A. We're gonna go through some of those. Check them out. See what some of our matchups are. What's up?
I was saying it's because it's the iBall Live.
Yeah, it's iBall Live, man. Y'all know what it is. Seeing this something real quick. Hold up. Trying to pull up these. Once the chat get back up, man, y'all coming back in. What's happening, chat? Y'all let us know, man. 7A games kicked off tonight. Let us know all scores, man. If y'all got scores of the 7A games that tipped off tonight in the area semifinals, let us know, man, in the chat. What up, chat?
What up, chat? What up, world?
They coming back in, man. Today is Thursday, man. Hey, we missed y'all on Monday, but you know, things happen, and we're here today. So we got a lot to talk about. First and foremost, we're gonna go through some of these areas, and I'm pulling them up on my phone as we speak. Like I say, man, if y'all got any scores from tonight's 7A area championships or semifinals, man, let us know in the chat, or if you want to call in 334-209-5222. Y'all know phone lines are always open right here on the iBall Radio Live call-in show. That's right, man. This is a call-in show. We appreciate the thousands of y'all that tune in each and every week, man. But however, this is a call-in show. If you want to call in, Enterprise. Ooh, Enterprise beat Carver by 17. Carver season ends.
No.
In the first round of the area. Enterprise 57, Carver 40. Is that the final score? What up, Drake? What up, Coach Drake? Is that the final score? Oh, man. Carver goes out in the first round of the area.
That's tough.
It is. Knowing that in today's climate, first round of that area, you know what that means? It's a wrap. Carver's a team who made it to the 6A Final Four last year, and was a team who was ranked in the top 10 of Class 7A for most of the year this year. They were ranked in the top 10 of Class 7A. Go out in the first round versus Enterprise 57-40, 17-point loss. And they have been a team. Enterprise has been a team that has struggled to score a lot of times this year. But we know Coach Rhett Harrelson has that program rolling right now, regardless of who they have or who they lose. They're always going to be competitive. So that's the first skip. That's the first score in from the Class 7A. Final score. Whew.
Man.
Final score 57-40. Enterprise beats Carver. Carver season ends. Coach Sprouse ends in the first round of the area in his second year at the helm at Carver. Now, I told y'all before, man, Carver is going to be a problem. Peep Carver in the next couple of years. It's going to get back to the Carver of old, where they are a staple in Birmingham each and every year. Be on the lookout for that. This was that transition year. This was the first year they merged with Lanier. Lanier closed down, and all those students and players had to merge over to go to Carver. Carver started 4 guys that were transfers this year, right? So, like, Coach Sprouse just needs a year to get that program, to get his culture right, man. And we talked about that. It's a culture thing. He has to get it right, and long as he has the opportunity, I think it's going to happen. But let's talk about this. I'm going to jump into it. Now, I'm kind of torn on what I want to talk about first. Do I want to go straight into the area talk or the sub-regional talk, or do I want to go into the conversation I want to have tonight about revamping the Alabama high school basketball playoffs? Now, I think I can do them one in both because they correlate, and that's the reason I'm talking about them together. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through these areas first, bro.
Right.
Let's go through the areas first, because I'm starting at the top. I'm just going straight for the juggernaut, straight off the bat. Let's go to Class 6A Northwest Region. Class 6A Northwest Region. I want you to listen to this, Breezy, because it's several things that I have issues with. Not even issues. I'm not going to say it like that. It's not even issues. It's several things that and ancillary parts that I'm going to talk about coming off this area talk, because we're talking revamping the playoffs, but it's several reasons that I want to revamp the playoffs. And all of them y'all gonna agree with. I guarantee. If anybody disagrees with anything I say on this topic, you just don't want to see progress in high school basketball in Alabama. Point blank, period. If you don't agree with everything I'm about to say, and even you might even adopt my theory of what I think we need to do in order to make it right. Here's where we're gonna go.
All right.
Northwest region of Class 6A. This is the sub-regional matchup, right? These are what we call the crosses, right? These are when the crosses start. Y'all been hearing me say that a lot, crosses. Here's what the crosses are. Jasper is at Pinson Valley. Pinson Valley wins 6A area 10, I think it is. Jasper loses to Coleman in that area. I don't know what areas there are, but Jasper is at Pinson Valley. May Jemison is at Muscle Shoals. Clay Chalkville is at Coleman, and Hartsville is at Hazel Green. Hazel Green won 6A area 16. I think Coleman won 6A area 12. Muscle Shoals must have won 6A area, whatever their area is. And I think Pinson Valley, I know Pinson Valley won 6A area 10. Bro, do you hear that? That's the Northwest sub-regional. So 4 of these teams are going to head to the regional, right? And I'm going to go and pick my 4. I'm going to tell you like this. I think it's going to be, no, I don't want to do that shit. Shit! I had to look at me there. I had to catch myself.
It's hard to do.
I had to catch myself before I get into it. I had to catch myself.
Gotta reel yourself back in.
I had to reel myself back in. You had to reel myself back in, because I was finna get off into something I ain't want to talk about, but I think I'm still do that at some point.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you gonna go down the rabbit hole.
I am gonna go down the rabbit. You know that. But here's the thing, bro. I'm just gonna play. Let's just play a couple scenarios. Let's do that. I'm gonna play a couple scenarios. All right. Jasper just played Coleman last night for the area championship. Clay Chalkville just played Pinson for the area championship. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm not familiar, I'm sure, with the crosses and when it looks like. I don't know who Muscle Shoals played, and I know May Jemison lost to Hazel Green. So Hartsville had to play Muscle Shoals. Okay. So Muscle Shoals lost to Hartsville. May Jemison lost to Hazel Green. Clay Chalkville lost to Pinson Valley. Jasper lost to Coleman. And now they're all in the Northwest region. Just say that Jasper beats Pinson Valley, or Pinson Valley beats Jasper, however you want to put it. And Clay Chalkville beats Coleman, or Coleman beats Clay Chalkville, or May Jemison in Hartsville. Here's the problem I got, bro. There's a potential that the camera just went out, but it's going to come back. But y'all can still hear me. It is a potential that Pinson Valley, if they win, and Clay Chalkville, if they win, will have to meet in the regional final for the 4th time this year. When Coach Chillwill, if he was here, he would tell you this. When we were at Lanier, one of our biggest pet peeves was that we had to play Carver 4 to 5 times per year just to get to Birmingham. Just to get to Birmingham, we had to play Carver 4 or 5 times. And I told y'all Carver was a juggernaut, and I think they're going to get back to that juggernaut real soon. But still, if Clay Chalkville or Pinson has to see one another to get to Birmingham for a 4th or 5th time, bro, that's ridiculous. That should not happen. And we've been saying this year after year after year. Rivals and teams in your area, y'all should not have to play 4 to 5 times just to get to Birmingham. Especially if you just played in the area championship. You're going to play a sub-regional game, then you play a semifinal game, and then you got to meet again in the finals just to get to Birmingham after playing twice during the year just to get in the area seedings. And then if you play a local tournament, you might meet up in that tournament. Man, stop. That's a lot trying to beat one team, bro. Nobody wants to have to do that. Nobody should have to do that. That's my first pet peeve with the playoff system. Okay? Secondly, we're going to go through all these regions, right? Eventually. It might not all be tonight because we're going to be short tonight because we kind of started kind of late. But we're going to go through. Here's the other part that I have an issue with. Not only do we got teams playing each other 4, 5, 6 times just to get to Birmingham, but if you look at the regional matchups this year, Birmingham is in the regionals. The best games of the playoffs will be played in the regionals. For example, and this is blowing my mind and burns me up, all right? In the South region, Class 3A. Bro, how do you have Midfield and Montgomery Academy, the 2 best teams in 3A, meeting in the region? How do you have Huntsville High potentially and Hoover potentially meeting in the regionals to go to Birmingham?
When they should be playing each other in the final.
Bro, y'all know where I'm going with this. And I can go through these regions and keep going about teams having to play each other, right? But here's what I really want to talk about. What are we going to do about it? Alabama High School Athletic Association has to do something about this issue. Bro, this is an issue because I'm going to give Alabama High School Athletic Association some credit right now. The Alabama High School State Basketball Finals are immaculate. That is, Breezy, you know, you were there last year.
Yeah,
we're gonna be
yeah.
It is an immaculately ran event, even if that's a word. It is ran top notch, right? Like everything goes according to plan. It's smooth. Ron Ingham be around there harassing people. You know what I'm saying? The hospitality for the media behind, you know what I'm saying? We got unlimited water and Gatorade and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So, like, it's a lot of pros to how that event is ran. The media room is off the chains. You got access. They give you your stat sheets all the time. It is, like I say, it is ran top notch. But here's the issue. I don't give a doggone how good your tournament is ran if you're not having the best teams. The teams make the tournament.
Right.
The games make the tournament.
Right.
You can have a great event, but you got to have the teams there to make the event what it is.
Having a lackluster event
hurts. Now, I get it. The state championships are kind of in the same for the Huntsville City Classic. I don't care who you put in Huntsville City Classic. Them folks coming out to watch, right? Same for the state championships. Whoever going to be there, people coming to watch. We going to be there covering it from beginning to end. regardless of who's there. But all the best games are in the regionals. How do we combat that? How do we combat that issue? And I got something for y'all. I want y'all to follow me right here. We just had the area championships, right? We just crowned all area championships across all areas in class 1A through 6A. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's about 16 areas in each, right? I'm not real familiar about, I know most of them have 16 areas, right? So you just crowned all those area champions. Follow me here. Here's my suggestion to the Alabama High School Athletic Association about what should happen for the Alabama High School basketball playoffs. After we crown area champions and we go to sub-regional games, I just read y'all some of these sub-regional games, and and it's some bad matchups with some really good teams, but that's just how the cookie crumble, right? I'm not complaining about everything. That's just how the cookie crumbles. So if the cookie has a crumble like that, let it crumble, right? But after the regionals, after the sub-regional rounds, which is sub-regionals is the round of 32. If you want to keep it in context, it's the round of 32. After the round of 32, you get to the regionals, which is the Sweet 16.
Right.
That's the Sweet 16 round. When we get to the Sweet 16 round and the regionals, after we have the sub-regionals, here's what should happen for Alabama high school basketball. They should then seed all of the teams left in the Sweet 16 from 1 to 16, right? And here's how you do it. You take the 4, you got number 1, number 2. I'm going to do 7A. I'm going to give y'all teams for an example. Let's just take 7A, right? 7A doesn't have a sub-regional round, I get it. After they play their area championships, they go straight to the regional, which is fine. Still applies. What needs to happen is, after they do their area champions, they should reseed. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We got Hoover number 1, however you want to slice it, Central Phoenix City or Huntsville High number 2 or 3, Dothan number 4. So for the sake of argument, the sake of this conversation, I'm going to put Huntsville High number 2. You got Hoover number 1, Huntsville High number 2, Central Phoenix City number 3, and Dothan number 4. What should happen is, if you got Hoover as just like they do in the NCAA tournament, if you got Hoover as the number 1 overall team in the state of Alabama, put them as the number 1 overall seed. You put Huntsville High as the 2nd ranked number 1 overall seed. You put Central Phoenix City as the 3rd ranked number 1 overall seed. And you put Dothan as the 4th ranked number 1 overall seed. And you put those 4 teams in regions. You got the Northwest, Northeast, South, and Central region. You can go and put, since Hoover is the number 1 overall team, they get to stay closest to home. You put them in the Central. They're number 1 in the Central. Huntsville High is the number 2. You put them in there. You put them in the Northeast, or Northwest, or whatever you want to do. Put them in the Northwest region. You got Central Phoenix City number 3. You put them in the South region. You got Dothan as the last number 4 overall seed. You put them in the Northwest region as the number 1 overall seed in the Northwest region. And then you seed the 2nd rank, the 3rd rank, and the 4th rank. And you put them into pods, and now you play basketball. That way you don't have teams having to meet each other 4 and 5 times to get to Birmingham. Not only that, I know what the pushback is going to be, because I had this conversation with people already today, right? I threw my theory out to people already today. And here was the pushback. Well, you got teams that would have to travel all the way to, say, the Northwest region is in Wallace-Hansfield. And I just said make Dothan the number 1 seed in the Northwest region in Hansfield, right? Oh, well, Dothan fans will have to travel all the way to Hansfield just to watch their team play. Where? Don't give me that. That's manure. The reason I say it's manure is because there's not even a region south of Montgomery. All the regionals are Montgomery and North. So that means every team in the Mobile, in Montgomery and South, all the way down to Mobile, have to come to at least Montgomery to play their regionals. So you don't care about logistics. Logistics is not your issue, right? That's not your problem in this situation. The issue is, well, I'm not even going to say the issue. Logistics, you can't lean on logistics and say that's your issue when you don't have a region south of Montgomery and you got 2.5 hours all the way down to the bottom of the map. So logistics in the issue. So you can do this because who does this? The NCAA tournament does this. Just say Alabama happens to be the 4th ranked seed, number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. They're going to go to the West bracket. That means they're going to be the number 1 seed in the West, meaning they're going to be playing all their games in the West Coast. That's what we need to do with high school basketball. Somebody tell me, chat tell me, somebody call in, somebody tell me a better way that we can revamp the high school basketball playoff system better than this that will give us the real state champion. So we can get the best teams playing for the biggest prizes. We can get the best teams to Birmingham because that's the point that we need to be looking at. We need to be getting the best teams to Birmingham. If that's our best product every year is the Alabama State Finals, we need to get the best team to the finals. We can't be having those best games in the regionals, dog. Are you feeling me, Breezy?
Yeah, nah, hey, I'm with you. 100%.
All right, I'm going to the chat. Chat says, sounds good. Oh yeah, we in Alabama. We don't do nothing right. Hey, J _Rudy _83. You right. I understand. We in Alabama. We do nothing right. But this needs to happen. I've had people talk to me about coin flips, revamping it so we don't have to do coin flips. I'm cool with that. Right. That's all fine and dandy. But bro, that's early. That's area stuff, and I get it. It means a lot to host the area. Right, to win the regular, yeah, you feel me, Breeze? To win the regular season area championship means a lot because you get to host the area at your crib.
Yeah,
I get that part.
Yeah, that home cooking.
Hey, home cooking. Yeah. That home cooking matters. I get that part, right? And I'm all for that. But here's the other part I'm talking about. If we want to actually get the best teams in Birmingham to play for the biggest stuff, bro, I think this needs to happen. We got to call him. Oh, call back, caller. You're going to have to call back. You're going to have to call back. I got to rehook the Bluetooth.
Makes a lot of sense, man. You know, for sure. Like,
all right, we connected now. You can call. Hey, phone lines are now open, man. 334-209-5222.
Gotta keep it competitive.
Yeah, man. Like I say, this ain't it, man. Like to have these teams having to meet. I've been harping on this part of it all year. And to have Huntsville High and Hoover meet at Jacksonville State, and to have Montgomery Academy and Midfield have to meet wherever they at, Alabama State or Garrett Coliseum, whichever one they're in. It's 2 regions here in Montgomery. And that's the other part. Why we got 2 regionals here in Montgomery? Why is the South and the Central in Montgomery? Come on, man. That don't even make sense. And I'm from Montgomery. I benefit from having 2 regionals here because I get to go to all the games, right? I get to go to all of them, even though I be spending my time in the Northwest. I'm going to be honest with you. I got to go see what's going on in that Northwest and that Northeast. Jacksonville State, Northeast. I'm got that whole. So I get all that part. But there's nothing south of Montgomery. We have to do something. And I just beg the Alabama High School Athletic Association to listen. All right, call coming in.
Press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Lance, somewhere on Interstate 72.
There he is, our guy, man. Lance calling from Huntsville, but they out there on that road hollering at us.
Right now.
On 72 right now, man. Lance, what's happening with it? What you got for us tonight, bro?
Man, you're right. But, you know, our boy Chill Will said it best. The bread comes first any way you flip it.
Hey.
And there's 2 things coming to that.
Right.
Is the way the high school association sees it is if, let's just say McGill Tulane happens to be in the North region as a 3 seed or something like that. I'm just throwing that out there. that they feel like they would miss out on so much more money of people buying that $20 ticket, or I think it's $10 actually, $10 ticket, that it would just be, your mama and daddy coming to the game versus the student sections and all that type of thing. So I think that that's one of the things that plays a factor. The other thing is we live in a state where athletic budgets are not wealthy, as you know, by the high school teams that you coached there in the Montgomery area.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, if you add a couple more times of travel to that degree where people are staying in hotels and food and all the things that they do, you're really stretching some high schools. I mean, like we just saw, Holt High School there in the Tuscaloosa area said no more athletics after this year. So athletic budgets are stretched. Now, going back to it, I think what you're saying makes 110% sense. But we're not dealing with college budgets. We're dealing with high school budgets, and our high school association is trying to get, they're not getting rich, but, they're trying to make a little something, off of, to pay venues and pay referees and all the things that they do, as well as their administration. So I can see the financial sides of it for sure.
And here's the thing about it. And I'm glad you brought that part of it up. The reason I think they don't care about that part, the financial, and everybody cares about the financials, but the reason I think it's a cop-out to not have to change is due to the fact they have no region south of Montgomery. Like, if they cared about that, those dollars, they wouldn't make all of those teams south of Montgomery have to travel to Montgomery to play basketball, just to play their regional. Because they have to have that travel. They got to stay in hotels. Their fan base has to travel up. All the money that could be made down south comes up to Montgomery. So my point is, just to let's send someone somewhere else, it doesn't change because they're not playing down south anyway. So that's what I said earlier.
Right.
They're blaming it. I knew the logistics part of it was going to be their kickback. But if you're going to kick back with the logistics part, well, tell me the logistics about having two regionals in Montgomery every year. That makes absolutely no sense.
And here's the thing. If Alabama was to figure out something and be a front runner on this, I don't know any states like Tennessee's a mess too, brother, and other states that surround us. But if Alabama could be a front runner and do something like what you're talking about, I think you could see them leading the way in how high school basketball championships are done. And I mean, that's a tough one. I don't disagree with you. I think it's just tough.
It is, but my point, part of my point is, let's do three things in Alabama high school basketball, Lance. I think if we want to be innovative and we want to truly say that we care about basketball, it's three things that they could do that would really push Alabama basketball into the next generation, into the future. One, we talk about all the time, and that's a shot clock, right? Implement it full time.
Yeah, that's
Two, the block chart circle. Implement that
That's
in.
got to be done
full time. And three, let's revamp this playoff system to make it mirror the next level, right? If we do those three things, y'all, we're now playing the brand of basketball that the rest of the world plays on every single level that you go to.
And while we're at it, let's just go ahead and allow NIL in the state.
Hey, listen, I'm with that, but here's the point about that. Ain't nobody really going to be making no money. You know what I'm saying? Like, people put a big emphasis
but I'm just
on
saying,
that.
While we're changing a bunch, let's go ahead and throw that one in there while we're at it.
Might as well.
Yeah,
Might as well
be on the amendment.
Yeah, it's got to be on the amendment. I agree, right? It needs to be on the amendment. But out of those four things, that's the last for me, right? And people are like, you ain't getting paid no way, bro. You can't even make no shots. You ain't getting paid, right? So, like,
so something to consider talking about the playoff thing. So, in the month of June in the state of Alabama, high schools can have play dates, right? And all that type of thing. Look at how some of that is done in, like, the play date situation in Hoover. You have all these schools coming to one venue, and playing. I know they're playing multiple games in one day, so you wouldn't do that. But you could do something like that and seed it.
That's all you got to do, man. Just seed it. Like I say, the NCAA does. These are the top 4 teams, and these are how we seed the top 4 teams. These are the 4 number 1 picks. These are the 4 number 2 picks.
But I'm saying, like, keep it at one venue. So let's say you have the top after your area stuff for 7A, you have your Sweet 16. Let's say by the time you get to Sweet 16, like University of South Alabama holds it 1 year where the Sweet 16 is there, right? And all of the teams go there. 1 year it's at UAH in Huntsville or Alabama A&M or whatever, right? And so even let them bid for it. You know, if you want to make some money, you know, then you have all those schools in there. They're getting hotels, they're getting concessions, they're buying dinners and lunches. I mean, it's also an economic impact to the cities around there.
I agree, but I'm not mad at that either. Like, you don't have to break it up into 4 regions. Like, I just did 4 regions because that's what
I'm
they
just
got.
saying, then you don't have people talking about, oh, well, they had to travel X amount. No, everybody's going to University of South Alabama 2028.
Hey,
then
you know what they don't complain about?
Everybody's going
Lance?
over to UNA in Florence or whatever.
Lance, you know what they don't complain about? Having to go to Birmingham. I bet you don't ever hear nobody.
They don't ever complain about that.
Nobody ever complains about the travel to Birmingham. So why would you complain about the travel anywhere else? You've never heard one team say, oh, man, we got blew out in the semifinals of the Final Four because we had to travel from Mobile to Birmingham to play. Nobody's ever said that.
Right.
So why would they say it for any other reason other than you just don't want to change?
Yep.
I just think something has to be done, bro. We got to revamp this because I don't even want to see a Clay Chalkville and Pinson play in a Northwest Region final. I don't want to see that. I don't want to.
Well, like my senior year, we beat Austin. We wound up playing them twice in regular season, like everybody else. We beat them in the Huntsville Time Classic. Then we had to beat them in the area. Back then, the area was funky. And then we had to beat them at Wallace Hansfield. That's how many times we had
5
to beat
times,
Austin
bro.
High School
In one season, just to get to Birmingham.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, dog. Like, but my point is, nobody wants to see that.
Beat y'all the last 4 times.
We already knew the outcome, right?
Right. I done beat you 4 times, and then we get in the regional final, and you beat me on the last second shot. I'm sick.
That's that.
I'm sick, bro.
That's that stuff.
Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. Because, like, what they always say, man, it's hard to beat a team 3 times in 1 year. Imagine having to beat them 5.
Man, that's right.
Really gonna have to change the game plan.
Come on, man. We got to do something better.
Well, talking about that type of thing, I think it's interesting how the area with James Clements and Florence is shaped up with those two being in the finals, and they, we talked about that becoming a rival.
So I listen. I'm not even familiar. I've been asking people tonight that hook me up with the 7A scores. We got a couple of them that came in, but so who won in that region? So it's James Clemens and who?
And Florence in the final.
So Bob Jones and Austin lost?
That's right.
Austin won the area though, right?
That's right, but Florence put them out.
Oh my goodness, I'm just finding this out. I'm finding this out live on there.
I'm sorry. James Clements beat Austin and Florence beat Bob Jones.
Oh,
I think that's right.
Jane, wow. I did not know that. I did not, like I say, I was watching Greedy earlier, so I wasn't watching a lot of.
And so here's what's wild: the finals, which is James Clemens and Florence, is at Austin.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Florence.
But
beat
we know
Bob
how
Jones
heated that was at the
64-53.
Huntsville Time Classic.
Yeah,
I always call it the Huntsville Time Classic. Sorry, Huntsville City Classic.
Yeah, Florence beat Bob Jones 64-53. Caden Rickard's high school career comes to an end.
That's right.
Who else? And you say Austin was the other one? Wow, James Clemens.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's getting interesting.
Listen, man, this is the time of the season that you actually listen. I love it, bro. Like I'm so
Yeah.
stoked. I can't wait till next weekend starts. And to all the people out there, listen, to all the basketball heads out there who have significant others, just apologize now, right? Because next Friday, next Friday, if you are like us, you just not gonna be able to do it, right? You're not gonna be able to do it because you got to work. We got to work because
That's right.
the regional finals start on the 12th, and unfortunately, they don't take off for Valentine's Day. All right, like they don't take off for Valentine's Day. So go ahead and apologize. Valentine's Day is next Friday, a week from tomorrow. Go ahead and apologize now. I'm already on my hands and knees. Apologize now because
Hey, we're gonna be in Jacksonville anyway.
listen. I'm gonna be somewhere up and down that road, bro. It depends on where it flow to, but I'm gonna be somewhere up and down that road. But I'm trying to pull up this other score.
So I don't know if y'all saw, but it has been put on hold and still being deliberated. But there is a case right now where Division II kids are trying to say that Division II does not apply to Division I. I know we're jumping a rabbit trail here for a minute, but I think that if that happens, where you can play 4 years of Division II and still have 4 years of Division I left, which looks like it could possibly go that way, that's going to be wild.
And I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't think that's gonna happen. And here's the reason I say that. The reason I say that is because the JUCO rule of keeping your 2 years of eligibility works because they don't fall under the NCAA. It's Division II falls under the NCAA. It is governed by the NCAA. Right. Junior colleges,
and that's why they're saying they think that NAIA kids, if this doesn't work with D2, NAIA kids will win because they're a different organization.
Exactly. So junior college, NAIA, I believe they have an opportunity. Well, we already know junior colleges, that rule is already in motion. The NAIA rule, in my opinion, will be in motion. And I got some theories on how that should work, right? Because I just don't think it should be, I can go 2 years or I can go 4 years and I just go and play, right? I think it's some kind of stipulations that need to be placed on that because we understand a lot of people nowadays that are going junior college are qualifiers, right? It used to be back in the day, guys.
So let me ask you this. There used to be a rule, and I don't know if it still is. I think it is. But each year, like year one, you have to have like X amount of percentage toward your degree. Year two, you have to have X amount of percentage toward. Is that rule still apply?
I would say yes, because I know after your first year, you have to have at least 12 credit hours to be eligible for the next year. So you at least got to pass 12 credit hours per semester to be eligible. Right.
So here's my thing. Let's say, these guys are graduating in 2.5, 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's say they finish up at Division II in 4 years. So they got even 1 year under their master. Like, what can you be doing for another 4 years of college?
Dog, I'm telling you,
you're working on your doctorate degree.
That's what I'm saying. Dudes is going to leave with their doctorates.
Balling.
They're going to leave with, exactly, balling.
They're going to be 32.
Hey, listen, they're going to be 32.
They got families and everything at that point.
Hey, they're going to be 32 with a doctorate degree and they made $1.5 million in NIL money.
And 2 babies and a wife.
Come on, man.
You forgot about the white picket fence.
Hey, listen, you set up. You set up. Listen, Josh Corbin, who plays with Greedy at UNCW, bro's married. Literally. He in his 6th year, he's married. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like you're going to see more of that. Now, I got a theory on that. Okay, Lance, and here's my theory on the college thing.
That's been happening at BYU for a long time, because they get those
they get the Mormons.
Of missionary work.
Yeah, they get the missionary work. So here's my theory on that. Here's what I think should happen. I always got a theory on everything. My theory on this is, if you're a qualifier coming out of high school, meaning you pass the clearinghouse, right? You get passed through the clearinghouse, and you still go JUCO. That's fine. You can go to 1 year JUCO or 2 years of JUCO. You're a qualifier. You can leave at any time, right? However, If you go to JUCO and you're a non-qualifier, in order to get your 2 years, now, if you're a qualifier and you go JUCO and you stay 2 years, I think you still have to graduate with your associate to gain all 4 years of eligibility. Say you go for 2 years and you don't get your associate and you transfer, you should only have 3 years of eligibility. One of those years that you played in junior college should count.
Now,
right?
I think Pavia, the guy that, started this whole thing,
Yep.
I think he only went to 1 year JUCO.
Exactly. And I'm with Dylan Pavia because we trying to get Greedy year back from last year when he was at Chipola, right? So I'm with that. However, if you go to junior college for 2 years, if you're a qualifier and you come out after 2 years, you need to have something, right? 2.5, whatever it may be. If you're a non-qualifier and you come out and you go 2 years, in order to keep your 4 years of eligibility on the next level, you got to have your associate's degree, right? You got to have your you got to go there and accomplish something if you are non-qualifier. A qualifier is a little different because you didn't have to go there. You went there because of the landscape of college basketball. I don't think you should be punished for that. So if you go to 1 year of junior college, you should be able to leave and have all 4 years. If you go to 2 years of junior college and you maintain a certain GPA, you should be able to go and have all 4 years, even if you don't get your associates. That's fine. If you're a non-qualifier, you got to get that thing. I just think that I think it shores up a lot of things and smooths it out on a lot of bases if they just follow those protocols.
Right.
Makes sense.
This is my opinion. I know I got a lot of people. But what else you got for us tonight, Lance?
Yeah, I just think that will be interesting to see whenever they do finish deliberations on that. I mean, if you can go to 4 years of D2, I mean, you're like you said, you're looking at guys approaching 30.
Yeah,
I mean, what if you went to 2 years of JUCO, 4 years of D2, and then you sign at UAB the next year for 4 more years?
And listen, no, it's going to be 5 because they're going to pass the 5th year.
Because Kennedy is that type of guy.
Right. Well, I'm just saying they're going to pass a 5th year eligibility. So you're going to have 5 years of eligibility.
You have to retire from college.
Come on, man.
You have to retire from you can't even go to the NBA.
So you're going to retire from college.
You can't be 33 just going to the NBA, can you?
Yeah, man. You ain't going to get drafted. You ain't going to get drafted. But you're going to be made probably 100, 1.5, 1.7. Reason said you're going to have to – listen, we're going to have cats coming out of their 5th year of Division I college basketball announcing their retirement.
Cuz.
That's crazy.
Because you got 2 years of JUCO, 4 years of D2 or NAIA. That's 6, and then you got 5 years. That's 11 years of college basketball. And then if you did something like a link year or a prep school,
yep.
you have.
Bro, you're literally
post high school basketball.
You're literally 31, 32 years old coming out of high school, coming out of college.
That's a whole basketball career.
Yeah. Now listen, I really don't think they're gonna be able to do the D2 thing. I think the D2 thing is gonna be a hard sell because, like I say, they're governed by the NCAA. The NAIA thing, right. I think that's a go. Junior college thing, it's already a go. So it's gonna be interesting, man, to say the least.
That's crazy.
To say the least, it's gonna be.
You say people getting close to their AARP card coming out now. Huh?
Hey, that's what's gonna happen. That's what it looked like. That's what it looks like, man.
Wow.
The
landscape has completely changed.
Yep, the landscape of college basketball is changing in front of our eyes. I hope you're ready for it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll let you guys get back to it, man. I just wanted to chime in for a little bit.
There it is, man. I appreciate you, my guy. There he is, Lance from Huntsville, riding out there on 72 somewhere.
Be safe out there.
Man, listen, man. Hey, man, man. Like, the college thing is a whole different story. That's just scary. But on the high school level, bro, back to what we talked about in the beginning, I think I need people to jump on board with my idea for revamping the Alabama High School Athletic Association high school basketball playoffs. You don't have to do it until after the sub-regionals for 1A through 6A, and you do it after the area championships for 1A, for 7A. Bro, you just reseed. It's only 16 teams, right? You just reseed them 1 through 16, and then you put those 4 teams in regions, 1 go Northwest, Northeast, Central. You put those number ones, you put those number twos, you put those number threes, you put those number fours, and they play. That way you don't have teams crossing each other. Because here's the thing. Pinson Valley, just say Pinson won Area 10 6A, right? And say you put them at number 2. You put them as a 2 seed, right? You have Pinson Valley as a 2 seed, and you got Clay Chalkville as a 2 seed. You'll send Clay to the Central. You send Pinson Valley to the Northeast or Northwest, wherever you want to send them. They won't meet again until Birmingham. It's the only way to do it, man. In my opinion, it's the only way to do it. I think that is a brilliant idea, right? And I don't care if somebody steals it. I don't care if Alabama High School Athletic Association steals it and retweaks it and gets something similar.
Hint, hint.
Hint, hint. I don't want credit. Even though you heard it here first. I don't want the credit. That's not what we're here for. We're here for revamping it, man.
Trying to make the game as best as it can be.
Trying to make the game best.
So far behind.
It's way back, bro.
And it don't even make sense why you would want to be behind when you could be forward, when you could be competitive with the rest of everybody else.
You can be ahead of everybody else.
You
Breezy.
can make more money being competitive.
Hey, what can you make more of, Breezy?
Money.
Come on, man. We know it's about the bottom line. This idea makes money.
Money. You put the shot clock in. The whole game changed. Man, put the hoodie back on, man. Like it's
y'all tripping, bro.
Hey, I don't know what they're doing, man.
I don't know what they're doing either, Breezy. I don't know what they're doing either.
Because you shooting your own self in the foot.
Yes. You're
stumping your own growth.
And I say this all the time. They always say they're trying to keep the competitive balance, but the rules that you have implemented currently hurt the competitive balance.
Yeah, they contradict.
Yeah, they're contradicting themselves. Great word, Breezy. They're totally contradicting themselves. Because how are you telling me you trying to protect the competitive balance when you got Huntsville High and Hoover meeting in the regionals? Or you got Montgomery Academy and Midfield meeting in regionals. You got Sumter Central and Midfield meeting in the sub-regional. Like, I told y'all, I'm not even really mad about the sub-regional. Sub-regional is what it is. That got to go the way it go. But to say you got the regionals, we can do something about that, dog. We can do something about
maybe
that.
They'll hear this, and they'll hey, whoever is charged, like, I don't know.
I don't know either, bro. We gonna chop it up and send it to them. How about that?
Hey, they gotta know that we know.
We know that you know that we know that you hear us telling you what to do.
Exactly.
Hopefully you listen, man. Breeze, let's run the music, man. Let's go home, man. It's late.
Yeah, man. We had some issues, but
we had a little technical. Listen, don't be surprised if we pop up on Friday or Saturday. Don't be surprised if y'all see us. We'll announce it before we do, but we might pop up on the scene on y'all because this is a conversation that we have to continue, right? Because I got a lot more stuff to talk about on this topic. Y'all know I do. And I want to talk more about the area matchups, these sub-regional matchups, what they look like, how they're gonna play out, all of those type things, man. So if we come back tomorrow night, man, y'all join us, man. We'll let y'all know on tomorrow, see how me and Breeze can work that out. But if we can, bro, we'll be back because we need to. I want to talk these 1A through 6A regional matchups, and we're gonna talk 7A area championships that have been set. Because Lance just dropped the bombshell. Austin lost. I thought Austin was primed and ready to make a run, but who I thought in the beginning, I announced in the beginning, James Clemens and Florence. I told you I like Florence coming out of that area. I think Florence is gonna win that area. I truly do. I called it in the beginning of the season. I'm going to stick with my prediction. We're going to see if Coach Frankie Sullivan can pull one out of the hat. Facts like that. But shout out to all the area champions, class 1A through 6A, who won big upset. Pinson Valley beat Clay Chalkville at Clay Chalkville. Huffman beats Mountain Brook. A lot of Jasper. Coleman comes back on Jasper. Breeze, we watched that game last night.
Man, that was. I thought it was over with.
I thought it was over with. First quarter.
That's what I.
And Coleman walked them down.
Wow.
I mean, walked them down.
All the way down.
Championship pedigree, man. But yeah, man, stay tuned in with us, man. We'll be back this week, man. Either Friday or Saturday, man. We're gonna step back in the man. We're gonna finish out this conversation about the areas. We just got started a little late tonight, man. So we're gonna get out of here. We ain't gonna hold y'all too long, man. Y'all go out and be great, man. In order to be great, make sure you do something great for somebody else. Breezy. Oh, I hadn't said that in a minute.
Yeah,
that used to be my outro for Open Court with Derek Williams.
Hey.
Boy, to be great, you know, to be great, do something great for somebody else. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, man.
Breezy, holla at these folks, man.
Hey, man, say, man, that's your boy Breezy, and you know it ain't easy.
It ain't easy, man. Y'all already know. They call me coach because I teach you how to ball. Until tomorrow night, man, a Saturday night, man, one of them nights, man, we'll be back. Y'all boys be easy. We out of here. Peace.
Peace.
Long live Hero.
For sure.